Hi, today we are going to explain our narrative analysis of factors affecting a students' academic performance in secondary schools in Ilala district in Tanzania. Okay, first of all, I'd like to provide you with a bit of context about this project. And well, this project is basically related how the English capacity among the students affect the student academic performance, and also it looks to establish how guidance and counseling affect academic performance of students in secondary schools. On the other hand, we have the objective for the study, which are quite important because it is tending to achieve them. So between those objectives, we have to access how LOI affect the students' academic performance in Ilala district secondary schools. And I should say that when we're talking about LOI, we may reference to language of instructions. Second, the second objective is to examine if the teaching and learning facilities such as textbooks and laboratory equipments, if these affect students' academic performance in the same environment in secondary schools in Ilala district. And the third one is to establish how guidance and counseling affect academic performance of students in secondary in Ilala district. And this counseling, it makes reference like this is like a matter of guidance of an individual, of each student.
Now let's talk about the population and how the data for this research project was collected. So let's start by the population. The population in which this research project is based on, it's in a public secondary school in the district called DEO. And the main people or the main population that we decided to take was the 4 ward education officers, also 4 heads on the school, 56 teachers, 20 parents, and 100 students. That was a very, very large population, but that was a more precise way to collect a more exact result, as they would like to get for over the 20% of failure, right? So now, how the data for this was collected. So in this case, the data was collected based on 5 main strategies. The first one was to make an interview to all the population, collect all the data. It could be open, with all the people there, or also side by side, people with people. Another one was a focus group discussion. That's when all the group collect all the data and went to discuss all the results and all the information. It was also the documentary review, the justification. Of course, we had to justify the interview method and the validity and reliability of the questions or the interviews or the data collected and all the information.
Now the question is, what is the research methodology here? The research methodology of this thesis is a qualitative research design, which involves generating words as a data for analysis. For being more specific, we are talking about a narrative analysis. As we know, researchers use narrative analysis to understand how research participants construct a story narrative from their own personal experience. In this case, the data was presented through a combination of interviews, questionnaires, focus group discussions, and document review. Also, the presentation of data include direct quotes or notes from the respondents, in this case the students, which were used to support the findings and conclusions of the study.
In regards what we found in this research, it is explicit the fact that there is an alarming idea of the lack of improvement in the school's performance according to superficial and temporary knowledge shared in public schools. Even though public schools are expected to be of higher quality, when they are being supported also by different sectors of the community. Taking that in mind, the study also focuses on the factors which cause poor academic performance on students' development, such as allowability to use English in communication in lessons, and also on feedbacks given that may provide an idea of the status of teaching, guidance, and learning processes to support students' growth and achieve a good performance in schools.